It is Mobility Monday. We're gonna do foam rolling of your pelvic floor, and it doesn't have to be intense or painful because that can sometimes work against us. So we wanna go very, very nice and easy and slow. I have two different things that I use for that. This is a teeny tiny full noodle size foam roller. It's super soft and squishy. And then I have my coregous ball, which is also a soft inflatable ball for that. If you have a really tight and spasming pelvic floor and this is too intense, just start with breath work and puppy pose and those kind of things before you use any tool assisted help with pelvic floor release. So you can do this on a chair or on the ground. I would start with your coregous ball because it's less intense. And if fully inflated is too much, you can pop the little white thing out, take some of the air out, put it back in, and then it's even easier to use. So essentially, we're working on that muscular bowl at the outlet of our pelvis, and we're simply going to sit on the coregous ball. So you're going to put it right underneath you so that you're sitting directly on the ball. And if you have really tight hips or something like that, you can always use a chair so that you can have your knees wide, feet flat on the floor. So I'm simply sitting on the ball and it's giving me that pressure up into the pelvic floor. And we can play around with hinging at the hips and you'll feel the ball shift back, and you can try hinging back. You're gonna feel the pressure shift to the front. You can shift side to side. So you're just really lightly working the area. Another way you can use the coregous ball on your pelvic floor is if you have your own at home. They are fully washable and you can use it directly on the skin. So yes, that would be without underwear, to work on a perineal scar. So that would be from tearing from childbirth or episiotomy. We have scars just like we have with the C-section. So you use it sort of as you would with a C-section scar. You would sit on the ball and then it's going to put pressure onto that scar and you're going to twist lightly. So it's motioning the fascia of that scar and then you're going to twist lightly to the other direction and shifting again back and forth. And you kind of play around with the different where you're having different tightness at. Again, it's fully washable. You should always wash it after you're done using it. I wash mine occasionally and that helps with the tackiness of the ball anyways. So the other tool that we have, so after you've used your coregous ball, if that, and it's super deflated, to make it a little more intense, you can add some air to it, or you can try the foam roller. Usually I do this one with a seat. So you're going to simply sit on the foam roller nice and lightly. So if this is too intense, definitely scale back to the ball. And we're simply going to get nice and comfortable here. Allow yourself some time to acclimate. And then instead of rounding at the waist, I want you to keep nice and tall. And then you're going to shift your weight forward, letting more pressure come to the front part of your pelvic floor. And then you're going to shift backwards, so letting more pressure come to the back side. Because there's different parts to your pelvic floor, and it's not all going to be tight or weak at the same time. So you're playing around with where do you feel the most tension or tightness. So those are two different ways and tools that you can use for your pelvic floor. And this isn't just for postpartum. This is for anyone that has a pelvic floor, which is everyone, including men, especially if you do something like cycle a lot. A lot of male cyclists that I have come in use these kind of tools and tricks to help with their pelvic floor health, because sometimes cycling puts a ton of strain and pressure on your pelvic floor and we need to relax it afterwards to prevent any injuries down the road, like hip issues, hamstring issues, those kind of things. So the best to stay on top of it and help prevent a problem than help to fix it later. So if you have any questions, let me know.